rare heavy armor, so it's like 28 armor, which is decent. But there's another one that is like, it's the same type of armor, it's tactical armor, but this one is a legendary rarity. So it's got 29 armor, and it also has 2 extra bits of willpower +1, and it allows her to use brute event options, which is pretty cool. Although now, it's kind of funny, because that does mean that now, her and Omar can use each other's event options. Like, Omar can now use engineer events, which Natalia can do just by default, and now Natalia can use brute events, which Omar can use by default. So now when I use those events, I don't know who's gonna do it. Like, just one of the two will go and do these events. But yeah, that's interesting, I feel. I think that's kind of hilarious, really. I guess it would help if I wasn't using them with each other. Like, if I were to use someone else, then, like, Omar, like, maybe if I used Leonora or something, or... Oh, this is who has Sixth Sense. So Sixth Sense is another event options perk that someone can have. And, like, I never knew who actually had this, but there's this, like, priest guy named Viduti. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's what it looks like. But he has it, so that's cool. So yeah, I could use, like, someone with Sixth Sense instead, and, like, have them fight with them or whatever, and we'd still have a lot of other, like, options and everything. But yeah, so anyways, but I'm still gonna use the 3 that I usually use. Anyways, continuing on with trying to give these to people. Who else has heavy armor? Do we have anybody else who uses heavy armor? Because if we do, I'll give them the one that Natalia had. What is that? No, that's light armor. That's one person with heavy armor. So I can hold on to it for now. There's a character called Brunhilde who only uses knives. I have to bleed kill 5 enemies to unlock Brunhilde. Okay, that's actually a really easy way to get her. But yeah, so that's pretty decent for a thing. I can't give it to her right now though, because like you can't give items to characters that you haven't like recruited. Oh, fuck. Did the stream go offline? It looked like it stopped for a second. Well, it looks like it's happening again, so it may have stopped. Yeah, okay. Well, that's annoying, but whatever. Anyways. Is it because my computer's getting hot? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Man, it's taken me like 30 minutes to get through all of this, but that's okay. This is info that wasn't really explained previously. I haven't really talked about it, so it's fine. But yeah, for the characters that we have, I can't give that tactical armor to anybody, but Brunhilde can eventually have it, so I will hold on to it for now. Unless, do I want to give it to one of the guys that I have? Like, because it gives an extra, like, amount of armor instead of the amount that they have, but they have, like, armor that actually gives you an extra thing. I think I might just get rid of this armor, actually, because it doesn't give you an extra, like, perk, and I feel like that's a thing that you should really try and get with anything that you grab. So I'm gonna get rid of it because the perks just aren't that great. And I think the same with this assault rifle. Like, the perks aren't great for it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Does anybody use a grenade that wants this grenade that I have? Because it is an improved version of the grenade that I can give to somebody. No? Okay. No one wants this grenade, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to sell it. Anybody using medical stuff? Yes. Okay. The priest uses medical stuff, so I will give him the painkiller that I have to replace his compression bandage, because it increases the health gain by 10. So I will give him that, and I will sell the bandages he had before. Okay, so that's it. That's it? Yeah, that's the storage empty now. We've sorted out all of the stuff, so now we can leave. So on our team, we have Pereira, who is the tank with the shotgun and a knife. A really nice knife, I'll say. It allows him to use shadow event options. It gives him +1 endurance and +5% damage, which is pretty good. and it does 30 to 37 damage. It's armor piercing, and it's got armor shredding 8, and it's got a 15% crit chance, 13 crit damage, a 1-turn bleed duration, and 30% of the damage for bleed damage. So it's useful, it's good, it's a decent knife, although I really could do with getting him a better knife, but that'll have to wait until we find a better knife. So, you know, that's the one he has right now. It's a splendid bolo knife, and it's a legendary rarity. So it's a level 2, but it is a nice rarity. So that's the knife he has. So, first on team, Pereira, our tank. He's great. Second on team is Omar. Also great. Another shotgun boy. He uses the repair kit. It repairs 18 for the armor, and like all of the armor is about like 20, except for Natalia's, which is like 30. But, you know, it's still most of the armor that he's able to repair. So that's great. And he also has like the Brute in the Ancient Languages events, so that's also great. After that, Natalia. Medical expert, engineer, has a pistol, and a first aid kit. So those are my guys. I've got my 2 shotgun bros, I got my repairman, my knife man, and my healer. So that's what we got, and everybody has heavy armor. So, and we've got a decent amount of different perks that allow us to go through like different events. Like I think we have like 6 different events. Everybody's got 2 perks at least. And, like, 2 of them are repeated between a couple of the others, which is a little bit of a shame. I would like it if they didn't have each other's one. Like, it would be great if I could find a nice, heavy armor for them that allows them to have, like, the 6th Sense skill or something. I don't know. That would be great. But, whatever. Or, like, Intimidation. Intimidation would be great. That's a good event one. I would love to have Intimidation, but I don't. So, it is what it is. Either way, we have 6 different event option things, so it allows us to get through 6 different types of events, and we have 2 shotguns, a pistol, a repair kit, a knife, and a first aid kit. So that's our team. We're good to go. We're gonna start this actual story now. It's taken us like 40 minutes, or like 45 minutes to get through that entire introduction thing, but I wanted to make sure that we really went through it. Okay, so on screen right now, there's a map. And it shows Egypt, Sudan, and Saudi Arabia. And right now we're going over into Saudi Arabia. And the map has multiple points that shows, like, how much different, like, map you're going to have to go through. So on the screen, there are 3 dots and an X. And, like, a line going off of the map and onto the first dot. So the amount of dots and, like, space between the dots and then between the X determines how many maps you have to actually get through in order to get to the end of the game. So, because there are 3 dots and an X, it means that the spaces between are 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 different maps that we're going to have to go through in order to actually reach the final boss level of the game. And, like, the maps are just, like, where you get all of the different events and stuff. So it's going to reset the map to a brand new one once we finish the first one and go to the next one. So, we're going through the first map from the first dot to the second dot, which is, like, right next to the first dot, really. It's not, like, super far, which makes me wonder, is it going to be a short map, or is it just going to be a normal-sized big map? And it's just, like, really misleading on the map. But, whatever. Anyways, so, first map. We begin.
The dusty desert path leads you out of Jeddah, away from the lush greenery of the royal gardens, and the turquoise waves of the Red Sea that break against the gleaming white clay walls of the proud harbor city.
Interesting. All right, so that's our narrator friend. Our narrator friend comes in to, like, say something at the beginning and at the end of the quest. And also in between maps, I think he usually gets to say something, but I don't actually remember. So, we'll see. I forget things really easily, like I mentioned before. Anyways, on the screen right now, there's a little book that has all the dialogue that our narrator said, and above that, there is a picture of what looks to be like a little village area that it's like the similar thing of talking about the lush greenery of its walled gardens and everything. So I'm assuming this is Jeddah. So it's just the actual town or the city or whatever. So it's just showing like a house, some greenery and stuff, and a road that leads off into the distance. And now we're going to click the button that says Begin Adventure. Okay, so now it's showing us the map and where we need to go to get to the end. Alright, so on screen now there's an image of the three of us, the characters that I chose, hanging out inside Jeddah, like, where one can presume the previous picture was taken place. You're, like, standing there now on a top-down kind of screen. And you're all around the car that you're going to be using to drive around and everything. There's, like, some merchants next to you. There's a nice little waterway that's, like, on the right side of the road that you're on with the car. So it's very pretty. It's, like, nice and lush and green. So, and next to it, there's a box that says the actual text line. And that's how it usually is formatted for any of the, like, spots where you read the text and everything and you get some of the storyline. There's a box next to a picture that shows, like, what's going on and everything. And the picture is animated, like, just a little bit. Like, nothing serious is happening. It's mostly just you can see the water moving a little bit and, like, the people breathing, pretty much. But usually it'll animate a little in between the text slots to show, like, people moving around if they move around during the animation and stuff, but right now they're not really doing anything. So, in the text side, it says, Near Jeddah. There's always a title bit. It's like this little rolled-up scroll, unrolled, that shows the title of whatever you're at. It tells you where you are, basically. And then beneath that is the actual, like, story stuff, so it says, The cries of the gulls ring in your ears like a final farewell as you continue your trek into the Arabian interior. The search for Karga Serabit has begun. And then below that, there's the button that usually gives the options of, like, the different things that you can do, like if you have different events and stuff that you can, like, choose between. But this one right now only has the one button and it just says done. So we press that and that's the end of that little bit of story. So, the map is actually pretty short for this first one, like it suggested on the big map that we saw before. So, now we're actually in the open world and everything, and on the screen right now, it shows, like, I'm assuming, like, the actual city, or, like, some kind of actual city right in the middle of the map that you can actually get to, but, like, you can't do a lot with it. Like, there's two locations that are right next to it, so one would assume that those are going to count as being, like, in that city, but who's to say? We haven't gone there yet, so Anyways, we are starting on the far left of the screen. There's a little golden indicator of the spot that we are in, and across the map are different circles, and each circle is a different, well, technically they're, like, really short cylinders, because they are, like, 3D instead of just a circle. But, yeah, on the far left is where we start off on the map, and we're this little, like, gold coin-looking cylinder that's on the ground, and, like, there are little dots that lead to the next cylinder and tell you they're glowing green if they say that you can go to this next location. And, like, you haven't gone to it before, it'll be green. I think it turns yellow if you've been to it before, so that you know where you have gone and where you haven't. So there are two pathways. You can go up or you can go down. And, like, amongst those pathways, there are a bunch of different branching pathways, like a bunch of different cylinders, and it shows you these little tabs above those cylinders that have little question marks for certain spots. Like, there are 4 on the bottom of the map that show little question marks, which means that those are extra areas where you definitely will get some kind of, like, interesting event to happen, like there's going to be a fight, or maybe there's a market there, or a resting place, but there's definitely going to be something in those spots. Like, other places, it's not guaranteed to have anything exciting, sometimes it's just flavor text, but in those ones, you're guaranteed to actually get something. So, on the bottom half of the map, amongst all of the different branching paths, there's, like, a number of them that go in a bunch of different directions and everything. It has those, like I said, it has those 4 question marks, and above, there aren't really a lot of places. There are no question marks on the top section, so, like, I don't think I'm gonna bother going up there, because there's nothing really guaranteed to be there, and it's good to go through the question mark ones, because you're definitely gonna get something out of them. Sometimes you even get extra story out of those ones, so it's good to go check those ones out, I feel. But closer to the end, which is on the far right side, it's, like, literally right across from you, but you can't get to it from just right across, because there's an empty area, basically, in the middle. Like, it looks like there's a town there, but you can't just walk across it. You have to go around. But, yeah, right across in order to go, like, through those sections either from the top or the bottom is the actual end of it. And next to it are 2 other event locations. And one of them has a little, a bag with a coin next to it, which means that there's a marketplace there where you can go and get stuff. There's a trader at that location, and you can get some extra stuff from there. And a bit above that, also next to the exit, is another indicator that has, like, a little guy with a smile, and he's, like, raised his hand, so he's waving at you. And that means that you can recruit a new team member at that location. So a friend is waiting for us in that spot. If we want to go and get that friend. We could find another friend before we go there, because sometimes the question mark spots, like I said, are like a place to recruit people, or a place to get, like, trading done, or a resting stop if it's not, like, a story event or, like, a fight. So we might find a friend before we reach that spot, but either way, we will probably still stop there to see what friend we can pick up, because it's usually one of the off characters that you haven't taken with you, and it could be any one of the different ones. So, depending on who we get, like, we might be able to get some extra event options and everything. Like, one of the ones that I really like getting... I really like getting Miguel, because I think he has the intimidation option, and also he has the, like, anti-fascist thing, so he's really good against Nazis, specifically. Which is useful, but also because of just, like, the weapons and gear that he has. But another one that I really like to get is, I don't remember his name... Jason, I think? I like getting him because he has the Daredevil option. I like getting a lot of different event options so that I can actually participate in a lot of different stuff. Because you can, like, make fights easier using certain events a lot of the times, or you can get extra rewards using them. So I like to get as many different kinds of event options as I can. But yeah, so that's what's on screen right now. It's just the map. And I can navigate it pretty easily just wandering around to figure out where I want to go. But right now we have 2 options for where we want to go immediately. We can either go up or we can go down. I'm saying we're just going to go down. We're not even really going to bother going around the top of the map because, like, there's nothing guaranteed to be there. And I like mostly just aiming to get all of these little tab points that are above the different circles. So I'm going to go down. That's where we're gonna go. We're aiming for the 4 locations at the bottom and the 2 right next to the exit. So that's where we're gonna go. I moved us down, and as you, like, drive down to the next cylinder, you get to see your little, like, animation of your guys, like the 4 of you hopping into your car. Because you hop out when you reach a cylinder, but, like, you hop back in when you're about to leave your current place. And then you see the car drive over to the next cylinder, which I think is really cute. It's a nice teeny tiny animation because you're seeing them from really far away, but it's very cute. It's a nice added touch to the game. Oh man. I don't know why, I'm like so... My throat is so dry today. Maybe I should, like... I'm gonna lube up my throat. Sorry, hang on. I promise it's not gonna make me talk, like, much worse. I'm just going to quickly grab this. Okay. I have, like, these, I guess they're like cough drops. They're like lozenges. I have these Luden's lozenges. So they're sugar-free. They're cherry flavored. They don't have all of the menthol that Halls and, like, a lot of other cough drops have. So it's not, like, any extra medicated stuff to help with your throat. This is literally just meant to, like, coat your throat to make it, like, slicker. Which sounds weird, but... yeah. You're, like... They're highly recommended for, like, people in choirs. Which is why I have them. So my choir teacher used to recommend them to me, like, literally all the time. She'd always be like, don't take, like, Halls, because it has the menthol in it, so you're gonna lose control of your vocal cords. You won't be able to control them to make your voice do what you want it to do all the time. Which is true. Because, like, it numbs it instead of, like, really slicking it or whatever. But the Ludens don't numb it, because it doesn't have any menthol. It's much better for you. Also, it won't make you as dizzy. If you have a lot of cough drops, like a lot of Halls, it'll make you real dizzy. I learned that from experience. Like, sick days in choir, worst. But yeah. Sorry. I'm hoping this will make it easier and I won't be, like, coughing as much as we go through the stream. Alright. It's just gonna... I'm just gonna keep it stored in my cheeks right now. It's fine. Alright, so. On screen. We have the image right now. We went to our next location. Every location you go to is going to have this, like, flavor text and the image next to it. So the image right now is the 3 characters next to the car. The 3 characters in the car are pretty much always in the image, but, like, right now it's the 3 characters next to the car. And in front of you is this section of, like, greenery and rocks in the middle of the desert. There's also some skulls and I think, like, a gravestone. And the entire place is just filled with snakes. Yeah, so in the flavor text says, somewhere in the desert, halting near a group of bushes, you suddenly notice a snake slithering next to your feet. You cautiously move on, and then you press the done button, and now we go. I'm just gonna disregard that. See, like, sometimes you don't really get anything exciting that happens. It just, like, goes, and it's like, oh, like, a sheep or something like that, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and then you just leave. Okay, next location. This is a tabbed location, so this one has something in it. Like, we don't know what it is, but something interesting is at this location. So says the flavor text when you hover over it with your mouse. Alright, we drive. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying not to do this, like, real close to the mic. Also, sorry if you're hearing, like, a background buzzing. It's getting hot. And, like, my laptop cannot handle this. One day, I promise I'm gonna get a desktop computer, and it will not be this loud. But, and also it won't struggle so hard to, like, play the game. But right now, I don't have one. I just have this laptop. And it's a relatively old laptop, so it's just trying its best. Leave it alone. Anyways, there's an extra buzzing sound in the background. Sorry about that. I needed to turn on my, like, connected fan. Because it's getting really warm outside, so it's getting warm in my room, and I can't do anything else to make it cooler. So my laptop's getting really hot. So I'm trying to make sure it doesn't set itself on fire. Alright, so. Anyways, back to the game. So on screen, you are in, it says an old cistern, so you're in a cistern. And on the screen, there's, like, a pathway surrounded by, like, gross water where there's, like, droplets. So it looks like either water is falling onto it or there is something in the water that's, like, moving around. There's, like, a bunch of candles lighting the place up. And your 3 characters are just on the walkway. The car is nowhere in sight. Because you're in a cistern. I imagine you wouldn't drive your vehicle in there with you. So, in Old Cistern, you have lost sight of the unit of German soldiers you were trailing in the confusing labyrinth of water tunnels. As you silently traverse the ancient cisterns, you hear the echo of their boots around you. Oh. The button says continue. What? Okay. Nothing on screen changed except for the text, and it says, suddenly, screams echo through the tunnels. You hear a few shots, then silence. Warily, you continue down the tunnels, bathed in the unreal light of the strange iridescent flowers that grow on the damp walls. Okay, there's a continue button. Alright. Oh, the image changed. Now you're in a different part of the cistern. You're on, like, this little pathway. There's a bit of water in front of you. There's some pillars surrounding you, which are probably just walls, but it looks like pillars. And there's, some dead soldiers that are just on the ground, like some dead Nazis. They're just dead there. I don't know. There's like 4 of them? 5. There's 5, 6. 6. There's 6 of them there. So, as the passage finally widens, you see the bodies of the German soldiers lying lifeless in a sea of dimly glowing flowers. What happened here? I guess those little glowing things that are on the ground are flowers. Before I thought they were flames, but I guess they're not moving. So yeah, those are flowers. Okay. So we have 3 options. We can... Okay, so 2 of these are gamble options, which means the choice may yield a positive or negative outcome. So it's purely chance that determines what happens from us choosing these 2 options. And the third option below those is just to leave, so we don't have to deal with anything. But the 2 gambling options are inspect the body. Well, inspect the bodies. There are 6. Or search the side tunnels to see if something is there. Okay. So they were gunshots, right? I'm like trying to logically figure out what happened. I'm so sorry. I should have had this cough drop beforehand. Okay. Anyways, so. Right. There were gunshots before, right? And like screams. And now they're dead. There are 6 of them. So, a number of things could have happened. First option, they killed each other. Something happened. Someone got mad, they killed each other. Second option, someone has a parasite. You know, maybe something happened. And like now, they killed each other or themselves because they were infected by something. Because, like, there are zombies. So, you know, maybe one of them was infected and they were like, oh, shit. And, like, they started fighting because they were like, someone's gonna get infected. We're all infected now. And we don't want to become zombies. Something like that could have happened. Or, third option, there was something else here and it killed them and they tried to fight back using, like, their guns and it didn't work. So something is still here. It's just not in this room. So it could be in the side tunnels. So, if we check for the bodies, like, there might be evidence of something going on with them, and we can probably find some stuff off of them. But if we search the side tunnels, we will probably lose anything we could get off of them, like the bodies. But we could end up fighting something else. I don't think we need to fight something else, so I'm tempted to just inspect the bodies and see if there's anything there. But, like, how much would you find on the bodies of these soldiers? I think I'm gonna search the side tunnels and, like, take the gamble on that. Because, like, how much can you find on the bodies of a bunch of dead guys? Like, I'm sure we'll find something. But, like, how much is that really gonna tell you about the situation at hand? I guess. Although it will tell you if they just shot each other. I want to inspect the bodies. I want to know how they died, because that'll probably tell me what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna take a gamble and inspect the bodies. We'll see what happens. Okay, so you inspect the dead soldiers to work out what killed them. In the glow of the phosphorescent flowers, you notice rough bruising on their necks. The soldiers were strangled. There is no trace of their mysterious assailants. What? Who did this? That's whack. Okay, on screen, Omar went forward to, I'm assuming, go with the event and, like, search the soldiers' bodies. So, now the text has changed and it says, as you start to pick up the soldiers' valuables, Omar suddenly cries out. You turn around to see a sinuous vine winding its way around Omar's neck and throttling him. You slash at the vine furiously, severing it just in time as Omar gasps for air. They were attacked by plants. Okay, that's what's happening now. I understand. Oh man, you can see the vine on screen. Pereira just hit it and, like, saved Omar. A murderous carnivorous plant? You flee the sea of deadly flowers as fast as you can. Oh, the flowers. Right, that makes sense. Okay. Omar lost health. Oh, he lost 12 health. That's a bummer. Oh man, I only lost health out of that. I should have checked the side tunnels. Damn. Alright, well that's that event done with. We have to go to the next place. Oh well. Oh, the next place is a fight. A little tab is up there with a crosshair, and that usually means that there's a fight in this area. Okay. On screen, there's a van I'm pretty sure it's a Wehrmacht Jeep. Something like that, because it's a Jeep that the Germans are driving. Because it has this little, like, symbol on the front of it, and it's not ours. So, there's a different Jeep there. There's a little oasis there, a bit of water, some, like, brick wall bits, and some boxes alongside a bunch of, like, barrels and some crystals and a bit of greenery and stuff. And, like, the 3 characters are just around, speckled about in this zone. So, the Crystal Oasis. The oasis is riddled with bizarre, flickering crystals. You rub your eyes in disbelief. What is this place? A shot whistles over your heads. You have been ambushed by the Germans! The button says continue, and it's got a little crosshair on it, which means it's time to start our fight. Alright, first fight of the game today. Blindsided. Preparation phase. Sorry. I'm almost done with my cough drop. And it has helped my throat, actually, so that's nice. It's helped a little. Okay. What does that mean? Whatever. Anyways, there are 4 enemies. They are, a level 4 sniper, 2 level 4 snipers, a level 3 officer, and a level 4 medic. Okay, so snipers do what they sound like they're able to do. They can shoot from really far away, which is kind of annoying because they have this specific shot thing that, like, stops you from using a move, and it's really annoying because you have to do something in order for it to, like, let you go. So you end up losing an action, which sucks. And there's 2 of them here, which is really unfortunate. And they have, like, 53 health, like, jeez. The officer allows people to do 2 actions, so he can, like, let the snipers hit you twice, which is also really annoying. And the medic does what he sounds like he can say, like, he heals characters and stuff. He can also hit you, though, so, you know. This is just a really irritating group. At least it's small. But also, the area is small. There is not a lot of room to maneuver here. And there's a couple of explosive barrels near the place where you have to start. You can start right next to a sniper. That's nice. We didn't get an ambush, did we? Man, I always forget what it says in the preparation phase. I literally said it, and now I've forgotten it immediately. So I don't remember if we're going to get one move when we start. I don't think it was an ambush, so I'm going to put... So there's, like, a couple of squares on screen. Everything goes in a grid, and, like, you can't see it specifically, but there is just, like, boxes across the screen where you're able to move your characters. It's like a board game. So, when the preparation phase starts and the round begins, you get to decide where you're going to place your characters in some of the green indicated boxes, which is in a specific spot in the map. On this map, it's right in the middle, in between all of the enemies. All 4 enemies are, like, right next to your starting point. They're, like, 3 boxes away, basically, from where you're able to start in the game. There's, like, a bunch of explosive barrels near your starting point, too, so you have to be very careful about where you put them. Like, there's a couple spots right next to explosive barrels, so if someone shoots that while you're next to it, you will get exploded. Which is just an annoying amount of extra guaranteed damage, because when you aim for an explosive barrel, it's a 100% chance to hit. For, like, anybody. So that's, like, a guaranteed actual hit on you, which is really unfortunate. So when you pick different, like, locations across the grid, you get these little shield things next to you, or you get little walls where you get, like, X'd out shields. And basically that determines how much cover you have, and if it will give you any, like, extra evasion. So, like, the better your cover is, the more you're able to evade getting hit, and the less damage you take when someone hits you from that spot. So it's very useful to try and aim for as much cover as possible, especially for weaker characters. And, like, there are no solid walls here. So you only have, like, shields and X'd out shields. X'd out shields are, like, less cover than just normal shields, but they are still a little bit of cover. It's like, they know you're there, and they can see you, and they can still shoot you from there, but it's like, it's more coverage than you have with nothing in that, like, slot. So, like, that is determined by the 4 different sides of the box that you are currently in. So that's what determines, like, how much cover you have. Okay, so we have not a lot of space to actually spawn in right now, but there is a spot. One of the snipers is literally right next to the green area. They're also right next to a barrel. But, yeah, I'm gonna put Pereira just out in the open right next to the sniper. Yeah, I think we get 1 extra move once we place everyone down, so that's good. Because I want Pereira to just, like, stab this sniper real fast, or, like, shoot him real quick. Just to get him out of the game as soon as possible. And Omar, I'm going to put Omar right next to Natalia in the bottom right of where we can put them. Pereira's in the top left, right next to the sniper. But in the bottom right, the officer is right at the edge of your spawn area. So I'm going to put Omar there alongside Natalia, who's going to get there's a spot with coverage in it. It has a shield on one side and an X'd out shield on the other. So I'm going to put Natalia in that one because she, like, has less health, and I really don't want her to die. That would be really unfortunate. So I'm going to put her there, and Omar's next to her in a spot that has no cover. Pereira is also in a spot that has no cover, but I'm hoping we can make up for it with just our turn. So player turn starts now. So we have a chance to do one of our various actions on the bottom of the screen now that we have, like, an action possibility. There are 2 tabs we can choose from. There's Show Enemy Info, which allows us to see, like, which enemies we have, what their health is, what their armor is. Oh god, I have the hiccups now, sorry. Breathe. Okay. It's fine. Sorry. Anyways, alongside that, we have the Show Character Actions tab, which allows us to decide what actions we're going to do for our characters. And for Pereira's got the range attack of the shotgun blast, which is a nice, like, cone-shaped blast that'll do a decent amount of damage. Like, it's reduced by 20%, but it's still, like, decent, but it does also use 2 ammo. But it means you can hit multiple people at once as long as they're in the same blast radius as the cone that you have coming out. And you also have a normal knife attack, so it just does as much damage and, like, armor damage as your normal knife would do. You have Bleed, which requires 2 bravery points, and Pereira has 2 bravery points, just, like, as a whole, and they will regen over time, I think. Yeah, like, I think each turn you will eventually regen a bravery point, but it takes a second to get them back, so, or maybe it's, like, kills. I don't know. You get them back, I keep forgetting how, but they do come back eventually, but right now he would just lose all of his if he used Bleed, which I might have him use anyways, because, like, it just does extra damage during the enemy turn. So it has them get hurt while they also do their move. And he also has Cleave, which allows you to hit 3 targets right in front of you for reduced 20 damage, but it's another knife attack one. So that's actually a pretty decent one. It's about as good as the shotgun blast one, but with a knife. And he has Warning Shots, which is another, like, cone-shaped area to observe during the next turn, and any enemy moving in this area will receive a warning shot, stopping their movement. It doesn't deal any damage, though. It just stops them. And, of course, we can have him walk, so we can have him move to a different spot. We can have him reload, but his ammo, like, is full for his weapon, so we don't really need him to do that anyways. And we can have him hunker down, which is a thing that everyone with heavy armor has, where you take 75% less damage during the turn when you are hunkered down. So, well, yeah, so, like, during the enemy turn, when the enemies are going around and, like, shooting at you and stuff, you will take less damage. But, right now, I want to take advantage of our first turn, and the spot where I've put Pereira in, and I want to hit this sniper somehow. So, like, we can just take this sniper out with a shotgun blast to the face. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright. That did 73 damage. The sniper only had 56. It's dead. Alright. that's one sniper out. There's now one sniper, one medic, and one officer left. So I'm going to have... Omar has the ranged attack, the shotgun blast, but then he has punch, so it does less damage than like a knife hit and stuff. It's a punch to the face. And he has sucker punch, which he got recently, which is a mighty fist punch, pushing your enemy back 2 tiles. And it may cause additional damage if the pushback target hits a wall or other units, which is really good, but we haven't really had a chance to use it yet. So we just have it. And then after that, there's walk. And there's dash, which allows Omar to move up to 2 tiles away without using, like, walk. It doesn't trigger ambushes, and it doesn't use any action points, but it does cost 1 bravery point. And Omar has 4, so we can use dash 4 times. I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Then there's reload. Then we have use repair kit, which is, you know, what it says on the tin. We can use the repair kit. He also has hunker down because he has heavy armor, and he has first aid, which is a specific skill that only Omar has out of the 3, which allows him to restore 25% of a target's HP. It also removes any negative status effects, and it doesn't require or consume supplies like the repair kit or the med kit does. And we have right now 5 supplies, by the way, and 65 ammo, I think, as a whole. Yeah, so we have 65 ammo. And we have 5 supplies that we can use. So we can use the repair kit, and the med kit 5 times as a whole. Technically speaking, we can only use them 4, because each one you can only use twice per, actual fight. But we only have 5 supplies, and, if you don't have any supplies, you cannot use your extra thing, like a repair kit and stuff. So yeah, those are Omar's abilities. So we are going to hit the officer. I'm going to shoot the officer with Omar's shotgun. Hopefully it'll take the officer out because he has 54 to 65 and the officer has 62 health. It only went 55. Damn, the officer's still alive. Alright, well, okay, so Natalia has the normal ranged attack because she has her pistol, so she can just shoot her pistol. She has double shot, which is one of my favorite moves that she has. And it attacks 2 different targets in rapid succession. A double shot uses 2 ammo, and it requires 2 bravery points. Natalia has 4, so she can use that, twice. As long as she has, the ammo. And she has 6 ammo in her gun. By the way, Omar has 4 ammo that he starts off with, and Pereira has 3. But yeah, after that, Natalia has punch, just the basic one. Then walk, then reload, then use the med kit, hunker down, concentrate, which concentrating restores 1 bravery point for this character, so it just gets you 1 immediately, but it does cost an action to do. And bait, which is throw a bait that attracts dogs and zombies in the effect area for 1 turn. So that's not useful right now, because we're only fighting people, and it would be weird if we just tossed meat and expected them to go to it, so, So this turn we're going to use double shot, because there are 2 enemies besides the officer, and, we could hit the officer. And I think that probably is the best thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to hit... Yeah, I think we're going to hit the medic and the officer with this, because it'll only do so much damage, and it's not enough to take out anybody other than the officer, and the only reason why it'll take out the officer is because he's already low on health, but it will get rid of him, which is useful, because otherwise, he would make someone hit twice, which we don't want. And we're probably going to get rid of... Well, we're not getting rid of him, but we're going to shoot the medic so that it's reduced health. So that'll be nice. Alright, so officer is down. And now it's just the medic who's on half health at 18. And 15 out of 19 armor. And the sniper, who is still at 53 full health and no armor. Okay, so let's see what they do during their turn. Enemy turn is happening. Of course, the sniper did their, Overwatch skill, so now Natalia and Omar, who are the only ones that are in that skill's range, are now vulnerable to, they're vulnerable to getting stopped and having their move interrupted. But, I literally just read it, and I think dash moves you adds the position up to 2 tiles away. Dash doesn't trigger ambushes. And I think the skill is called ambush, so it's I think dash will make sure that Omar doesn't have to be in that zone anymore. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so I've gotten Omar out of that zone. Now the only one that's in that area is Natalia, so she will get shot if she moves at all. And she'll get interrupted from whatever it is that she's doing. So now that Omar's over here, Omar has not used a move. So Omar right now has 2 moves that he can do. So I'm going to move Omar up to next to the medic and the sniper, because then he won't have to run into the area of effect that the sniper has. And now I'm going to use... I can't use the cone shot to hit both of them, so we're just going to hit one of them with this. We can try for the sniper, because if we do hit it with this shot, it's a guarantee to take him down, because it's 54 out of 65 and the health of the sniper is only 53. Alright. Yeah, there was a 65% chance to make that hit, so we did it, so that's great. Alright, we can do stuff with Pereira, but I don't think we need to. I think, honestly, all we really need to do right now... Oh, but, like, she can't hit hard enough. I was hoping we could just shoot the medic with Natalia, but Natalia can only hit for 22 out of 26. And, like, the medic has 40 health. Okay, let's see if we can get Pereira close enough. No, it's not gonna work. We can't get Pereira close enough to actually hit the medic. I will move Pereira closer, just in preparation for this, and I'm going to move Natalia, like, further along over by where both Omar and Pereira are, which is, like, right next to the medic, but across from them by, like, a wall. And I'm gonna have her shoot the medic, just straight up. Alright, 1 hit, 24 damage, and -4 for their armor, so now they're at 16 health, and 11 damage, 11 armor. They're probably gonna heal themselves next turn. Yeah, so they... Ah, damn. I should have left Natalia down there. That's annoying. Okay, let's see. I can get Omar right next to the medic, which should be enough to actually, like, get rid of him with the shotgun blast. Okay, so it might be enough. There's a 32 to 43 damage with the shotgun blast for Omar, and we have to get 40 health off of them, but alright, we'll hit it. Ooh, nice. That was a 40 hit. Okay, so that's done. Victory! And now we reload our weapons, because that's an option you have once you're done with the thing. It shows our stats. I don't really care about them a lot. Like, it's whatever. And now we're gonna go back to the map. Alright, so, first fight. Successful. And I think I described it relatively well. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Who's to say. Okay, and now we're back on the same image that we were at before. But now, instead of text being there, in the spot where the text usually is on the right side, there's a little box that shows 3 treasure chest-like symbols, and they're shiny and sparkly. And there's a button on the bottom that says reveal all items, because you can click the individual treasure chests and see what they're holding, or you can just do reveal all items on the bottom, and it'll open all of them for you to see what you got. So we have 1 car fuel, which is great. Fuel is always a thing that we need to be concerned about, because on the very bottom of the screen, it shows, like, your characters that you have with you. If you click it, it'll go into the storage where you can, like, interact with the character's skills, their objects, and everything. It also shows the time, sort of, like, if it's just daylight or not. Not that it changes, I don't think. Like, it changes across different maps, but it doesn't change as time goes on through your adventure, so, meh. But it's there. And next to that, on the right side of that little bottom indicator bit, it shows you how much cash you have, how much fuel you have, how much ammo you have, and how much supplies you have. So right now we have $3,107, we have 12 fuel, we have 58 ammo, and we have 5 supplies. So we're okay on stuff. But fuel is something you need to be really careful about, because if you don't have enough fuel to continue on your journey, you'll lose all the stuff in your storage. You can still go, but you won't be able to carry stuff anymore. So, you know, it's really unfortunate if you end up losing all of your fuel before you can get to the end of the map. So, car fuel's good. And alongside that, we got 2 supplies. And also another pistol, which I'm not sure if it's better than the one that Natalia has, but it looks decent. It has 2 things, like 2 extra slots there, because it's an epic pistol. And it does 50 to 55 damage. That's actually pretty decent. It might be better than what Natalia has. It has a level 5 for item level. So we're gonna take all of that. And done. Alright. Let me open the inventory and compare Natalia's pistol with this new one. Okay. So yeah, her previous one does 37 to 41. This one does 50 to 55. There are no negatives from this. Yeah, like the previous one was a level 2. This one is now a level 5. So the only real difference between them is the damage being like way increased for this one by like 13 or 14. Standard for like armor piercing and stuff. It doesn't really have like armor piercing, but it also doesn't lack. Like, it doesn't splinter like the shotgun does, and it doesn't have armor piercing like another thing would do. So it's just a standard one. It hits normal. It has extra armor shredding, though, so it hits for 10 armor shredding instead of 4 like before. And the crit damage, which was 13 before, is increased to 22, which is good. And it's got 8 tiles range, a max size of 6, and accuracy of plus 8%, which is good. And a crit chance of 5%. And the 2 extra bits, because it's an epic level 1, is 5% damage and plus 1 agility, rather than the previous one that we had, which had the same damage, like extra 5%, but with plus 1 dexterity instead of agility. And like, dexterity is better for aiming and improved hit probabilities, which makes me tempted by it, but also like we could really do with having a better gun. So I guess we'll replace it for now. We'll see how it goes. If we have a problem hitting things, then we'll switch back. Like, if the dexterity was really having a really big impact, then we'll just switch back to the previous one, because it's worth it to be able to actually hit when you want to hit. But, you know, we'll see how this new one goes. Alright, so Natalia has a new pistol, so that's good. And we got 1 fuel out of that, so that's nice. But, you know, we are still at only 13 fuel, which is not great. We do have 7 supplies now, though, which is good. Our max for supplies is like 10, and I don't know what the max is for fuel. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. You use a lot of fuel as you go. But our max for ammo is 80, I do know that, and right now we only have 58. So, alright, we're in the next zone. It's a desert airfield, and the image next to the flavor text and everything is 4 German soldiers around a barrel next to a building that's all like concrete and stuff. And like there's a couple of trees there, but also there's a big plane that's like taking up most of the area there. So, as you peer over the dune ridge, you can barely believe your eyes. The Germans have built an improvised airfield here in the endless desert. Shouted commands and the rumble of engines echo as you crouch behind your dune to discuss your options. So there are 2 options here. We can either ambush, which is a crosshair, so it immediately starts the fight, or we can retreat, which is a check mark, which means we just leave the zone. I don't want to leave the zone. In my opinion, always fight your enemies. Always sneak up on your enemies. Always shoot. Like, shoot first, ask questions later. That's how we do things in this game, so I'm going to ambush them. Okay. That's just the loading screen, which is always just the map to remind you of the progress you're making, I guess. Like the first map you start off on, not like the actual game map. Okay. So, there's just a rectangle of zones that you can spawn in. There are 5 enemies. There are 2 level 4 snipers, which have like 53 health like before. And, ooh, shock troopers. So shock troopers have better armor. They have like 24 armor for 2 of them because there's a level 3 shock trooper and 2 level 4s. So, shock troopers don't take as much damage from splinter weapons like the shotguns. So, that's why they're called shock troopers. Like, they can accept a lot more, like, widespread damage than a normal enemy would. So, my shotgun brothers are not great at dealing with the shock troopers, except for Pereira, because they take a lot of damage from being stabbed. So Pereira's actually decent at getting rid of them, but it can only do as much damage as his knife can do at that point. And Natalia can shoot them just fine. They take more damage from Natalia than the shotguns now, because of them being shock troopers in their armor. So, you know. And they do have just better armor than most characters. Like, again, they have 24 or 21. And the snipers have none. So, yeah. That's the comparison here. So, where are they? On the map, there's, like, a few planes. There's a truck over there. There's the building with a tank and more trucks and another plane next to it. There's a bunch of barrels scrambled around. There's a lot of barrels, actually, all across the map that you can, like, shoot. Okay, so there are two guys below. There's what looks like a shock trooper and a sniper. I don't know which level shock trooper that one is, but there is just a shock trooper down there. And there's two shock troopers above. Where is the other sniper, though? I see four shock troopers. Not four. What? Wait, no. I see three shock troopers. Did I see a fourth person up here and I just got distracted? No. Where's the other sniper? Oh, there it is. Okay, really far to the bottom right, like away from literally everything else. So there are three below and two above. Okay, and we're ambushing, so we should have 2 turns. So I'm gonna send Pereira below to go after the snipers, because both snipers are below. I'm gonna send Pereira and Omar below, and I'm gonna send Natalia up. Because Natalia does better with the shock troopers. So Pereira's going to go below and aim to try and, like, take out the snipers. Yeah, so I'm gonna send Pereira as close to the snipers as possible. And I'm gonna have him hunker down because he's not really in any cover. And, like, I can't hit anybody from where we are. Like, not even with just the shotgun blast. So I'm just going to have Pereira hunker down. Okay, Omar's gonna go the same way. Omar can actually hit this sniper next to Pereira, but it does mean that, like, he'll be more vulnerable because I can't have him hunker down and take the shot, which is unfortunate. Because, like, then even if we do manage to use Omar to take out this one sniper, like, there's still another one and also a shock trooper down here. I guess it's worth taking the risk because then we'll take one out at least. It's a 65% chance hit too. If we miss, it's gonna suck. I'm going with it. Good job, 56 damage. That's one sniper out. Okay, so there's only one sniper and one shock trooper below. I could have Natalia. Can she hit 2 of them from here? No, but she can hit. She can't hit anybody from where she's at. If I send her up, she can take out one of the shock troopers guaranteed. I could have them stick together. And I can have her aim for this one shock trooper and put her in a better, like, more defensible spot than where the others are. Like, at least decently so. Okay, I'll move her down and I'll try to get her to get rid of this shock trooper, or at least to do some damage to him. Yeah, it's not enough to get rid of him. It's only 26 to 31, plus 10 armor. But, like, his health is 37, so it's definitely not going to take him out. But it will at least, like, hit him, you know? So it'll damage him a decent amount, so she can just get rid of him next turn, or, like, someone can just hit him, like, he can just die from a stab wound now. Okay, so everyone's down below. Enemy turn is happening, so the sniper took a shot at Pereira. Oof, the shock trooper took a shot at Natalia. And the 2 shock troopers up top have moved down just a bit to get closer to the action below. So everyone's mostly fine. They only lost, like, a bit of armor. No one lost any health. So I think Pereira lost 3 and Natalia has lost, like, 8. So I can have her shoot him. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have Natalia just shoot the shock trooper to get rid of him. Okay, he's down. So the shock trooper here is fully down. I'm going to have her hunker down just as a precaution. And now, let's see. Can I get Pereira over close enough to get rid of this sniper? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move Pereira down, and he's going to hit this sniper and get rid of him. Because Pereira does 67 to 79 damage, so yeah, Pereira hits like a truck. Okay, so that sniper is down. There are no more snipers. There are 2 shock troopers left. Up above. So I'm going to send... I'm gonna send Omar up to a place with a bit of cover that's near Natalia. And I'm gonna have him hunker down again. Just to be safe. Okay. Well, he didn't hunker down before, but I'm having him hunker down alongside Natalia. Alright. So that's the end of the turn. I don't need to do anything else. So the shock troopers are moving a bit closer. They were really far away, to be fair. Okay. That's a wall. Is that going to hurt the shock trooper if I have Omar hit him from here? Okay, hang on. So I'm gonna have Omar move right next to the shock trooper. And we can use Sucker Punch. It does 24 to 30 damage, and like the health of the shock trooper is only 33. So if he takes a bit of extra damage for hitting the tree that he's next to, then that would really help, but I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. Alright, hit him. Go for it. Oh, shit! It did twice the amount of damage. That was massive overkill. That did 60 damage. Oh my god. Omar's a fucking beast. Jeez. Okay, so that's one of the shock troopers down. Okay, I can send Natalia up to try and deal with the other one. Yeah, okay. She's going to go take cover, like, literally right in front of the shock trooper. Ooh. So there's a barrel right next to this one. I don't know how well that'll help, though. If it'll even help at all. I mean, I guess we can use the barrel. Let's see what that does. It got rid of his armor, like, almost completely. No, not even almost. That completely got rid of the shock trooper's armor, at least. And it would have taken 2 shots anyways to get rid of him. Oh, I should have... Oh, man, an opportunity missed. I realized just now I could have, like, shot the barrel and him. Oh, man. Oh, well, I'm done. Whatever. It's too late now. I've used up Natalia's move. I've wasted it. It was a waste. Okay, now I'm gonna move Pereira up to go join them, even though, like, there's no time to do anything. I'll have him reload just to use up the move. Alright, enemy turn. Natalia's gonna get hit. Ooh, she evaded. Nice. Okay, so Natalia didn't take any damage. That's good. Okay, she can finish this off. Just walk up to him first. Just to make sure that you actually hit him. You still only have 58% to hit him. 72 damage. What did that come from? Oh my god. Massive overkill for all these guys this time. Jeez. Alright, well, we won the fight. That's that. Okay. Give it a second to load up the thing. Alright. So... Oh, now our characters are where the soldiers were in the image to the left. That's cool. Alright, so now reveal all items. Ooh, okay. We got a nice repair kit. The Lesser Bomb of Nurkut-Nir? Or Nurkut-Nir, maybe. I'm uncertain. It has a little flavor text with all of the objects. So this one actually says the High Hawk Priest Nurkut-Nir was tasked with the... Or Nurkut-Nir, I don't know, was tasked with the eternal preservation of the cult's sacred artifacts. Whack. Alright, so this is a nice level 4 repair kit. So it repairs 22 instead of, I think, the 18 that we have currently, which is cool. We got 3 more supplies, which means we'll be full up on supplies. That's nice. A large ammo box, so that's some more ammo to our 52, because we've lost some at this point. And 1 more car fuel, which is cool. Okay, done with that. Alright, cool. Let's give Omar a better repair kit. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was 18 before. Now we have 22. Cool. A good choice, says Omar. When you, like, give them new objects and stuff, it says a little bit of, like, text at the top left. That's, like, from the character. Sorry, I suddenly am getting hiccups. I'm having such a rough time today. I don't know why. Oh, God. Breathe. You have to, like, control your diaphragm. It's fine. Okay. I'm here. Anyways. Alright, moving on. I'm gonna hold on to the repair kit, the hammer and pliers that Omar had before. Just because, like, I don't remember, but, like, maybe some of the characters we have back home will want one of those. So I'm gonna keep that and take it home with us. We have room anyways, so it's fine. Alright. So, there's an option to go left. So, like, this little offshoot area with a few locations. There's like 5 of them over there. Or we can just go to the right, which is where we need to go anyways. And there's an event immediately to the right. And I think that's where we're just gonna go. Because, like, I don't want to risk going into this little corner. Because to get all the way to the end of, like, this area, it would cost us at least 4 fuel to get there. And then 4 to get back. So we'd lose, like, 8 fuel just going over there. And there's no telling how much more we'd get back on the way. So I'm not gonna bother going that way. Because I don't know what's there. There's no indicator there, so it's not worth it, in my opinion. So we're gonna go to the unvisited location to the right. Just immediately to our right. Okay, so on the screen there's a van, and you can see little containers of, like, fuel and stuff that are just in it. And it's just in the middle of the desert. There's a little bit of, like, palm trees and greenery near it, and, like, tire tracks, which means that they've probably been driving around this area a lot. So it's like a big, like, semi, you know? Like, those sorts of ones. It's a really big, like, army container vehicle. So it's one of those. Just to be more specific about the description there. And it's got the little symbol on the front that's, like, shaped like a skull. Which is the symbol of, like, the German soldiers and everything. So that's what's on the screen as the image. And it says, somewhere in the desert. As you drive around the next dune, you meet a fully loaded worm-locked truck coming the other way. The truck makes a tight U-turn in a frantic attempt to escape. Oh man, if we had a daredevil trait person, if we had someone with the daredevil trait, we could have done one that says take up the chase. But we have to take the gamble if we want to take it. Like, if we want to participate in the event, there's only one other option that is follow enemy vehicle, and that's a gamble choice. So it's purely by chance if we get something good out of it, or if something bad happens. Or if nothing happens. Or we could just ignore it and continue our journey. But I want to take the gamble, and we'll follow the enemy vehicle. Hopefully it'll be something nice, but it could be something bad. Okay, so on the image, there are 5 soldiers on screen, just in various locations. There's some, like, pillars and some bits of, like, broken down wall in the desert area with, like, some trees and stuff and greenery. And the truck is there. It's now on that side. Before it was, like, driving up, so you saw it from above and just, like, a little bit of it. And now it's, like, on its side. It's not laying on its side. You're seeing it from the side now, because it's, like, facing to the left. And there's a bunch of boxes that look like they've been taken out of the truck or are about to be put into the truck behind it. So, somewhere in the desert, once again, you gun the engine and take up the pursuit. After a frantic chase, you finally catch up with the Germans at some ruins. The soldiers hastily take cover as you move into attack. Now there's just a button to continue. And it started the fight. Okay, so we got a fight out of it. Great. And it looks like we're ambushing tumult. Okay, I don't remember what happens with that. So, like, either we have one move to go and do something, or we can't move yet. I'm not sure what it is. But there are 6 people here that we have to fight. Oof. 3 Teslaborgs, 2 level 4s, and 1 level 3. Teslaborgs are a lot like shock troopers. They don't take as much damage from, like, shotguns, which is unfortunate. And they hit with disintegrators, I'm pretty sure, instead of with, like, the normal guns that the shock troopers have, which is a little unfortunate, because those hurt more. So Teslaborgs are, like, much more painful shock troopers. And they have just as much armor and health. So yeah, Teslaborgs are pretty scary. They're rough enemies. And normal, just run-of-the-mill Nazi troopers. But they are, like, 2 level 4s and 1 level 3. So they don't have any armor, but they do have really high health. Like, the level 4s have 64 health, and the level 3 has 56. Okay, so there is a Teslaborg that's right next to the spawn area, which is on the far left, right in the middle of the screen. So there's a Teslaborg right in front of that, like, about, like, 10 spots away, I'd say. And past him, another, like, I don't know, 15 ones away from him or so. Like, 10 or 15, I'd say. Yeah, like, actually, it's like 13. But the other one's probably closer to actually like 8. 7. It's exactly 7 away. I'm relatively good at like spotting it where they are. It's okay. But yeah, so 7 away, there's a normal Tesla board guy. I don't know which leveled one that is. But past that, another like 13 after that, so like 20 spaces away, is one of the Nazi troopers. And they're on like the bottom right of the screen across from you. In the middle on the right, about another like, again, 20 spaces away, there's another Tesla Borg one. And just above him on the top right, not like the utmost top, but like just around there, I'd say about like actually 15 away are a Tesla Borg and a trooper, and 5 past that are like 20 steps away is 20 steps away from spawn, but like 5 away from the first 2 that I just mentioned is another trooper. Okay, so they're decently far. There's only one that's like really up close, so I can probably take the risk and just put everybody here on like the bottom right of the spawn area, right next to the Tesla Borg that's over there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Enemy turn first. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with it. Usually they run around and like change position on the first turn. If it's zombies, they tend to take a turn to like scream. But yeah, the normal human ones tend to like move around a little real fast. Okay, so everyone's gotten a bit closer together. Although, and everyone's gone for cover for those ones, which is smart. So I'm going to send, Natalia can hit 2 guys from this one corner spot. Oh, she can hit 2 of the Tesla Borgs from this spot. Okay, so there's a spot right across from Natalia in the middle of the where everyone is that has a little bit of cover, which is good because I really don't want Natalia getting hit a lot. And it allows her to reach 2 different characters, which means that she can double shot a couple of the Tesla Borgs, which I think she does better damage on anyways, so I'm going to try and aim for that. Okay, so I moved Natalia forward. She's just a bit forward. Yeah, so there's a possibility that she can take out the level 3 Tesla Borg, which is the one that's like just below her. She can't take out the other one, the level 4, because it's 37 health, while she can only hit for 31, and the other one has, she can hit it for up to 34, and it only has 33. So she could get this one out, but I don't know if she actually will succeed. But either way, she's going to hit these 2. So double shot for, oh, she missed the bottom Tesla Borg, but she did hit the top one, which is good, but it is annoying because it does mean that, like, you know, she missed. I can probably send Omar up to hit that Tesla Borg. That's, like, right next to that, the one that she got low on health. He might be able to fully, like, get rid of it. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna send Omar up. I'm gonna take the risk. He's gonna be near a lot of enemies up there, but that's okay. Okay, so he can take this one out as long as he actually hits it successfully. So, hopefully, yeah, okay. So that's one of the Tesla Borgs down, one of the level 4s. And I'm gonna send Pereira right next to the level 3, since Natalia missed, which is unfortunate. He has a 70% chance for this anyway, so I'm gonna see about getting rid of this one. Yeah, 36 damage, that one's gone. So that's 2 Tesla Borgs down. There's only 1 level 4 that's up on the top right near Omar. And just above Omar, a little bit to the right, is a Nazi trooper, level 4. And then there's another Nazi trooper right across from Pereira and Natalia, the level 3 one. And behind the other Tesla Borg that's near Omar, Omar is surrounded by 3 different enemies, is the level 4 Nazi trooper as well. So he's right next to both level 4 Nazi troopers and a level 4 Tesla Borg. So that's a little bit hazardous for Omar, but hopefully he'll be fine. Okay. Ooh, miss. Okay, so the Tesla Borg missed Omar. Ooh, one of the troopers got, like, a hit on Natalia. Another trooper got a hit on Natalia. Natalia lost, like, 18 health. And most of her armor. She's only got 7 out of 29 now. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. I can actually get that sorted a little. Okay, I'm gonna send Natalia up here. I'm gonna send her right above Omar, like literally in the slot above him. And I'm going to have him repair her armor. So it's up by 22, so it's back on full. That's good. Okay. So Natalia has full armor again. I'll leave her health alone. We might run into a camp at some point after this, and her health isn't that low yet, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to have her use double shot again. And she can hit the level 4 Nazi trooper. Can't fully take him down with that hit, but she can hit him. And she can also hit the level 4 Tesla Borg. There's only a 58% chance for both of them, but we'll see if it works. We missed the Tesla Borg, but we did hit the trooper. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna have Pereira try and get rid of this trooper that's on the bottom before he like gets too close to anybody. So that's that one done. And Omar can't shoot anybody from where he is right now. And if I have him move, he won't be able to do anything because he already used his thing to repair Natalia, so he only has one move right now. So I'm going to have him hunker down. Like, they might hit Natalia because of this, but I'm hoping they'll actually aim for him, and he'll take the hits, and he'll be fine. I can move him over to, like, in front of Natalia. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna have him use up a couple of his bits, so he's a bit closer to everybody, so he's more likely to take the hits than she is. Okay. So, Omar's gonna have to try and take these hits. Ah, oh, damn, they aimed for Natalia anyways. One of them aimed for Omar. Two of them aimed for Omar. Great, okay. So Omar took 2 damage to his armor. Natalia took a good chunk away from her armor, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna leave it alone. Like, I'm glad that I did that, though, because otherwise she definitely would have taken more of a hit to her health. But okay. I'm trying to, like, think. Okay, so I can have Natalia shoot the Tesla Borg for a decent amount of damage. There's no, like, guarantee that she'll actually take it out. Wait, hang on. I want to see if I can get Pereira to hit both troopers from a specific spot. I don't know if I can get him to do that. It looks like he can, but I have to move him where I need him to go. So let's consider how this cone is going to work. Okay, so it's basically like the 2 front ones right in front of him are like just 2 spaces. Like 2 in front, but it doesn't do widespread until the 3rd space, but then it goes for like 3 spaces. So that means if I put him... Okay, I need to literally send him like right in front of where he is. So I'm going to put him here. He just moved up from where he was, and now he's going to use the cone, and he can hit both of these troopers. There we go. Oh, you missed one of them. Damn, that's really annoying. Now they just have low health. I should have just fully killed one of them. A waste. Okay, well, whatever. Let's see. I think if I use Natalia and Omar, I can get rid of this Tesla Borg, though. So Natalia shot him. And now if I send Omar right above the Tesla Borg, there's a nice cover spot next to him. And if I punch him, yeah, Omar's punch does 12 to 15 damage, and the Tesla Borg only has 9. So there we go. Just slaps him upside the head. I love that that's the motion he does. I can never get over the fact that Omar's motion for punching somebody is literally just like a backhand, like he just slaps somebody. And that's how they die. Okay. So these rounds are really getting hard as you go forward and everything, trying to like fully strategize everything that's going on. I'm going to move Natalia closer to where Pereira is so that she can maybe help out with the troopers over there, and I'm going to put her in a spot with better cover. So I moved her over there. Alright, let's see what the troopers do. They're probably going to shoot somebody. Alright, it moved away a little bit and shot Pereira. Both of them shot Pereira. The other one didn't move. It just shot Pereira. Pereira, who now has, like, way less armor, which is a little bit unfortunate. We have one more armor use, so I'm going to send Omar down. Not to, like, hit anybody, but just to come down and, like, repair Pereira's armor, specifically. Because, like, it's the lowest one. So, alright, fully repaired. That's great. Oh, right, Pereira needs to reload. Ugh. It's that, or I can have him stab the trooper that's farthest away. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so Pereira's not gonna bother reloading. Pereira's just going to go farther away and get rid of that trooper by stabbing him. He's dead. Okay, and Natalia can take this one out. I'm going to move her, like, literally right next to him. It's easier this way. Can we punch him? It's not a guarantee. I don't want to take the risk. We'll just lose a bit of ammo. It's fine. So, that's that. Okay. Reload all weapons. Fantastic. We took them out. We took a bit of damage. We lost some supplies out of that, but that's okay. It's not the worst. Man, I really hope we'll be able to actually get through this, at least, like, first section of the map today. Because I'm trying really hard to describe everything, it's taking a lot longer, but I think it's worth it because you're really getting, like, what's happening. I think, hopefully. We'll see. I have to watch this back and see how it seems if you just listen to it. Alright, so reveal all items. We got 5 items today. So we have a level 4 pistol, but it doesn't have a rarity. It's just a common rarity, so I'm probably not going to keep it. Because, like, even though the level is high, I mean, I guess I can keep it and give it to someone else who uses a pistol. Because, like, at least the level is higher. I'll hold on to it. I'll keep it. So we'll hold on to that pistol. There's an assault rifle, a level 5 assault rifle, so that's pretty cool. I'll hold on to that one just to see if there's anybody who needs a better assault rifle. And then we got worn officer's gloves, so that's one of the first, like, artifact things that we find. So you can find items that don't actually do anything, but they do have a value, so you just get money out of picking those up. This one is a value of $40, so it's just extra $40 to our bag. Because there's a bag that's, like, a little, it's a little burlap sack that's got, like, a little money thing on it. It doesn't have a money symbol on it, but, like, above it in text, there is the amount of money that the bag is worth. And the bag contains all of the valuables you've picked up, so, like, artifacts and things, and also stuff you don't want to keep. You can toss it into valuables instead of in your storage. And when you go to, like, a market and stuff, you can, like, trade them out. Or when you end your adventure, they get traded out automatically. So you just get the money that's, like, the worth of the bag. So right now it's, like, at 1,405. So that's, like, $1,400 that's just chilling in that bag for when we go to the market next or when we, like, leave the level. And that's just from all of the different objects and stuff that I didn't want to keep that I've tossed in there. So alongside that, there's a large ammo box, which is nice. Our ammo's probably going to be full afterwards because we're at 67, and our capacity's 90, so we might not be full, but, you know, it'll be probably, like, close. And more gas, which is great, so we're still sticking to 13 fuel, so that's awesome. Yeah, our ammo is completely full now. We are at 90. Great. Fantastic. Alright, continue. Okay. Somewhere in the desert. We're back to the flavor text. The screen on the left is the same as before, except much like the previous one, after we fought everybody, it's our characters where the soldiers were before. So, excited, you search the storage boxes you found in the back of the truck. Oh, there's more stuff. Great. Okay. So, ooh, even more fuel. There's 4 fuel in here now, so we're gonna have 7. That's awesome. And antique supplies. So, even more supplies. That's good. So, we're gonna have 9. And a small ammo box, which we don't need, so we're just gonna leave that behind. We can't pick it up since our ammo box is already full. So, that's fine. Take all the items we can take, and that's that. Ooh, there's a health location next to us. So, we've gotten close enough to a location that it now shows on the map what it actually is. And this little, the tab above it is now showing this image of a little, a tent, a camping tent, like a triangle-shaped one with a little opening in the front. And above it is, like, some stars and a moon. So it's supposed to be a resting spot. So you can go there to regain your character's health, just, like, outside of battles and stuff, which is good because everyone's health is down at least a little bit. So we'll go there and we'll spend a night there. It doesn't, like, the time you spend in these places, I don't think, affects, like, any story stuff. But, like, it says, like, oh, you spend a night there. So, okay, so this place is called a waterhole. And on the screen, on the picture, there's a little brick, like, box. It looks like it's kind of a building, but not really. It looks more like it's just a little brick platform, you know? Like, it's decently tall, but it doesn't look like it's a building. So, I think. It might be. I don't know. But it's really big, like, wide bricks, and it's yellow brick, so it's sandstone and stuff. And on top of it is, like, a little, there's a cloth that has writing on it, and, like, hieroglyphics, symbols and stuff. I don't know. But, you know, it's on it. And it's ripped up and stuff, and the building's old looking and stuff. And below that are, like, some baskets and some pots and stuff around this little watering hole. Obviously, it's called a water hole. So there's a little body of water there in the sand. There's a bunch of, like, trees, palm trees, and, like, little bushes and stuff around. There's a little bit of, like, there's a fireplace there, as well as the tent, and, like, some chairs in front of the tent that you'll be staying in. And your 3 characters are just around the little water place. Okay, so you reach a waterhole surrounded by palm trees and some dry scrub. Apart from a few old hoof prints, you see no further signs of activity. The cloudy water smells stale, but that was to be expected. This would be a suitable place for a break. Do you want to camp here? And the options are rest up or continue your journey. So we're going to rest up. The characters sit down, and you can see the time going by really quickly, like the setting sun and everything. It gets dark, and the flames really go out, so you can see the light from just the flames, and then it gets light again. So you just saw time, like, quickly go through. Alright, you pitch camp and oil your weapons to protect them from the ubiquitous desert sand. A quick nap works wonders. After a simple meal, you set off again, reinvigorated. Party, current health replenished, revived. Okay, so if anyone had died in a previous fight and we'd gotten to here in time, they would have been revived. But no one has, so it's fine. And their health has been replenished, so everyone's at 100% health now. I mean, like, 2 of them have 100 health, and Natalia has 90. But, you know, they're at full health now. It doesn't repair their armor or anything, though. There's specific locations and events that allow you to repair your armor outside of battle, but this is not one of them. You don't just do it when you go to camp, which is a little unfortunate, but I get it. It would be a bit too easy that way, I guess. Okay, so the only option from there is just done, so we're done with that. Sorry, taking another sip of water. Okay. We only have 30 minutes until I'm supposed to stop the stream. I'm gonna try and get through what we can before we have to go. It took a long time to get through the first bit earlier, so it's taken a lot longer, and I started late, my bad. But it's fine. It just means we'll be playing Pathway for a bit longer. Okay, so, there are 2 options that we can go forward. There's a just straight up forward. It doesn't really go up, it's just to the right. And another one that's on the right, but to downwards. So it's like the lower right. So there's a straight right and a lower right. The lower right allows you to quickly get down to a marked location. So it's an unvisited location with a little tab above it. So there's something there. And it's technically faster to move forward if we go to the lower right one. So I'm just going to go to that one, because I want to see what's in that tab. So we're going to go there. So lower right. Now we wait a second for it to load. Okay. Ooh, alright. A deserted village. So the image is like, it's a village. There's like grass and there's a pathway and stuff, and there's some buildings and everything, some walls and like pillars and stuff with like, I'm assuming like would probably be just like supports for things, or like maybe lamps. There's some boxes of random things around. There's some greenery. But amongst them, there's a goat, which is alive. It looks like it's breathing, and it looks like it's alive, and it's just kind of chilling. And also around the goat are a bunch of dead bodies. So, and your characters with their jeep, like, looking around, being like, what the hell is going on? So, a deserted village. Even from a distance, you can tell that something is wrong in the village ahead of you. A ghostly silence lies over the place. The huts seem deserted, and there is no trace of its inhabitants. There is a trace, it's just not a pleasant one. The desert wind carries the bleating of a stray goat somewhere in the distance. It's not that far away, it's literally right next to you. You swap nervous glances. What happened here? Ooh, okay, so we have a medical expert event, which says assess the situation, and we also have a gamble event, which is explore the village. I don't like taking gamble events if I don't have to. Like, if we can get an event out without using a gamble, that's great. So we're going to take the medical expert event and assess the situation. Okay. So the map went up a little to show a bit more of what's going around in the village and stuff. So, like, more bodies and more building and everything. So it says, carefully and keeping to a safe distance, you skirt around the outer buildings of the village. There is no doubt that this place was still inhabited just a few hours ago. It does look like fresh blood from those bodies, so... As you cast your eyes over the huts, you suddenly realize that what you initially believed to be shapeless, random scattered piles of rags are actually the mortal remains of the villagers. Right, yeah. It's quite noticeable. Natalia says, what is that terrible smell? That can't be healthy. Either we wait until it passes, or we at least cover our faces with something. Okay, so there are 3 options. Cover faces, wait, or leave this place. I say we just cover our faces and go. Neither of them are gamble options, so it's just what options you choose. And, like, I don't want to wait and find out that, like, someone comes to attack us because we just sat here for a while. So let's cover our faces and go forward. Alright. Ooh, man. So, we've moved forward. Pereira, like, walked up on the map to, like, the section we kind of saw. There are a few more goats just chilling around nearby. Just eating grass and hanging out, I guess. But by them, and, like, around the buildings and stuff, there's a Wehrmacht Jeep, so it's a Nazi vehicle, and also some, like, boxes and stuff that they hold. A big black rock. And around that big black rock are a bunch of dead Nazis. So there's a bunch of dead German soldiers just around. Yeah, there's like 5 of them that are just chilling there. So, curious, you decide to investigate the mysterious village. You bind cloths over your faces to provide at least some kind of makeshift protection. You do not find any survivors. The bodies lie in the sand, lifeless, but with no sign of what might have killed them. Interesting. Let's just continue. In the center of the village, you see a Wehrmacht Jeep surrounded by the bodies of several German soldiers. Next to the car, you see a pit that the Germans must have excavated. The tip of a pitch-black obelisk protrudes from the sand. Yeah, there's a pit with stuff in it that looks like an excavation thing. So there's like strings. So like, if you don't know, in a lot of like dig sites and stuff, they usually try and like format things out by blocks. So, I don't know the specific distance that would be in each block, but usually I guess it's like, I don't know, a foot or like a few feet per block, and they block it out by strings, usually. So it creates a grid pattern on the ground that you're inspecting so that you can keep track of like which blocks you've gone through. And it's not just an archaeology thing, I think you can it's also used in like some other stuff just to investigate areas and everything. If you're really like digging for stuff, it's to keep track of which blocks you've gone through and what you've dug through and inspected. So you can see that kind of in this pit that's next to the black rock that's there. So there's this big black rock, and then there's a couple of holes next to them, and they have like wooden boards to walk across the holes. One of them has like some random junk in it. Like there's a skull and like some what look like bits of like pottery or maybe fabric that are just on the ground. And the other one that has that block thing where it's like, it's the different strings that are showing the different blocks to be inspected where they would like dig stuff up. So just to give a bit of extra details for what's going on in the image to the left. Okay, so in the tip of a pitch black obelisk protrudes in the sand. Yeah, okay, so I read all of that. I just wanted to mention that that's what's happening. That's why you can tell there's an excavation site is because of the strings, you know? Okay. You search the soldier's vehicle for anything useful. Pereira collapses, groaning. Alarmed, you help him to his feet and quickly leave this perilous place. Okay, so Pereira lost some health. Negative 15. But we did get some stuff. There are 4 treasure boxes that we found. Reveal the items. We got another pistol. It's another level 4. Okay, we'll pick it up. Someone will probably want it when we go home. We can get some more supplies. There are 2 supplies here, but we only have room for 1, so we'll take 1 supplies. We don't have room for ammo, but there is room for fuel. So we have 1 extra bit of car fuel that we can pick up from that. So that's cool. Alright, so continue. That was weird. That was an interesting location. Should I go back to the water hole and, like, get their health back real fast and then move forward? I can do that. It wasn't a lot of health, though, to be fair. Yeah, nah. We're just gonna go forward. The unvisited location that has, like, the little tab above it with the question mark is right in front of us, so we're gonna go there. Oh my god, my voice. I'm talking so much today. Okay. So this is somewhere in the desert. On the left, there's you're in the desert. There's tire tracks showing that there's like kind of a road that's like going across the screen. There's a bunch of rocks. There's like it's just desert. There's no real like greenery there. So it's just straight up desert. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's a bunch of boxes and a wooden cart where the boxes would be transferred. There's a table with some stuff on it and like some pottery right next to it. There's a dude behind the table who is like, one could assume, just a trader who's like selling stuff at this table. It's literally just like a roadside market that you'd find like wandering. Like if you just drove, you can find these things in like Nevada a lot. Like in places like that, there are actual, like I remember going through like Nevada and stuff, I think it was. You wander through there and there's a lot of places like this where like right at the edge of the road, there's like people just selling stuff on the side of the road in the middle of the desert. It's sketchy as hell, but I've gotten some cool stuff from those before. They're interesting little shops, but it's a place a lot like this. There's just a dude with a table at the side of the road. There's a couple of cows that I assume are like his that were pulling the cart to bring the stuff here. And the 3 characters that you brought with you, your 3 characters are just right in front of the table about to like purchase stuff. So, somewhere in the desert, the tinker has set up his stand at the side of the road. Nomad, I have everything you need for quick repairs. Do you have money? We do have money, but we don't need supplies, which is what he's selling. So he sells 3 different sets of supplies, basically. So it's like, you can pay $250 for 2 supplies, or you can pay $350 for 3 supplies, or you can pay $400 for 4 supplies. So, you know, you could get extra supplies from him if you needed it, if you wanted it. But we don't need any more supplies because we're full. We have 10. So, we leave. Well, that was a useless adventure. Like, there was no reason for us to go in this direction. We didn't really get much out of that specific spot. That was a waste of fuel. Whatever. Let's move forward. Okay. We went back to our previous location. Nothing happened because once you're at a location before, nothing happens when you return unless it's a trader place or a resting stop. And then we moved forward to the next location, which is called the Storyteller. And on the screen, you're in the middle of like what looks like a garden between a bunch of like buildings. And in that garden, there's a bunch of trees, there's a lot of grass, there's a bit of a stone area at the very top of it by the wall, and it's all underneath an awning where there's a carpet that a dude is sitting on, and surrounding him are your characters as well as a bunch, well, one of your characters. It's just Pereira from what I could see. I don't see Natalia or Omar around, but Pereira's there alongside a bunch of other people who are just looking at the guy. So, while he's just sitting on his rug underneath the awning. So, the Storyteller. Oh, bless you. Sorry, the cat sneezed behind me. Don't worry about it. In the cool shade of the picture of the... Oh god. Sorry, guys. Words are hard. We've been streaming for like a while. Stream's gonna end soon, just as a warning. We got like 20 minutes left. I'm hoping we can get to the end of the map, but we'll see. Anyways, moving forward. In the cool shade of the picturesque. This word is hard to say fast with enunciation. Okay, in the cool shade of the picturesque courtyard, A small crowd has gathered to listen to a storyteller. You lean against some palm trees and listen. Old man. But not one of them escaped the burning desert. Arrogantly, they sought her secrets, but each of them met his end in the desert sands. Continue. Old man. Their homes were filled with lamentations. Once again, the blue-red seductress exacted her blood toll. Suddenly, the storyteller's dark, impenetrable eyes seem to be staring right at you. Old man. Know this. If you seek Karga Cerebit, your journey is one of no return. I don't believe you, but okay, thank you. Continue is the button for that. Okay, so that was just a flavor text area. Cool. All right, we've moved forward. Ooh, a fight in the next one. We see a crosshair indicator. All right, so some rich huts, it says. There are a couple of huts there, like an entrance to one and like another one right there. But they have flags on them that look like they have the skulls on them, so they're German soldier, like, commandeered huts, I'd say. There's a little porch area with a chair and a table. Unnecessary information, really, but it's there. So this is just a normal, like, living area. There's also a tank right next to one of the buildings. It looks like it's run into the building. It's very close to it. There is a tank there. And your characters, who are just around, you know, in between the two huts that are there. Okay, so there's also some greenery and some trees and stuff, but it's just around the huts and everything. Okay, some rich huts. Something isn't right at the farmstead you just came across. When you go to investigate the buildings, German soldiers appear at the windows with their weapons drawn. The trap is sprung. The only option is to continue with a crosshair, so it just fights like you've been ambushed. It's time to fight. Alright. Blindsided. Alright, they caught us, unawares. I think that means they go first. I'm not sure, though. Actually, I don't really remember. There's actual full-on walls here. That's good cover. Okay, so there are 5 enemies here. There's a level 3 sniper and a level 4 sniper. Then there are 3 level 4 shock troopers. Okay, so there's a shock trooper. Okay, so you're starting on the middle right of the map. So usually, okay, so I'm going to explain something real fast. So usually the way that the map seems to be formatted is that there's like squares, basically, of like different kinds of spots that go across the area. But they're like, a move is like a tiny square and like the areas are big squares. So there's, I'd say about like 6 big squares here. And it's like the map as a whole. So there's your spawn square, which has the 2 huts that you saw in the previous image alongside the tank. And then there's a square above it that has some rocks and trees, some goats chilling, and a building. And then a square above the spawn square that's like a farm. So there's not a lot of coverage in the farm area. There's some trees and some rocks, but it's just like a farm area, so there's not a lot there. It's just lines of like plants that are being grown in those areas. And there are 3 squares like next to them on the left side. The top one, the middle one, and the lower one are all like farming spots, but they're like ranch ones. So there's little fenced in areas that offer like sort of cover, but not like wall coverage, so it's not full cover. It's just like, there's a different word that's like the difference between cover and something else, but I don't remember. But yeah, there's like only partial cover there, so it's only a shield, not a full wall on those fence parts. But I think they're actually like X'd out shield, but it's still a little bit of cover. But yeah, there's like farm areas with like fences that have animals in them. So there's like some cows in the top left one, and alongside some sheep next to it. And some cows in the middle left one, and some goats in the bottom left. So those are, like, to try and get a good perspective of how the map works. That's how I would summarize it, is just those big squares. So there's, like, 6 squares here. So that's how that works. So, we are in the middle right square. That's where the spawn area is. There's, like, some green, tiny squares in that big square that you can, like, put all of your characters in on the grid. So that's where we start, and there are some good wall ones because, like, there's good cover here because we're right in between the two huts alongside the tank, so the walls of those huts provide, like, full-on cover from the brick walls. So it's a very good spot to be starting off at. But around us, so there are 5 people. There's a sniper right to the left, like literally 3 squares away from your spawning area, like the edge of the spawn area. And also in the middle left, there's a shock trooper. That's like the lower side of the middle left square. And like right across from your spawn area and everything. Bottom right, there's, oh god, what just happened? Did the game just freeze? Oh god. Okay, that was a little scary. The game froze for like 2 seconds. What are you doing? Oh. Sorry, a cat approached me. Okay, I got a little distracted. Hello, other person who joined. Hi. Be aware the stream's probably only going to be around for like another 20 minutes. I'm trying to just get through stuff that's happening. Okay, so anyways, continuing on with where all of the enemies are. So there is another enemy, another shock trooper. So that's 2 out of the 3 shock troopers. That's in the bottom right big square, like right below our middle one. So it's like right next to the spawn area. And on the top right one, there is one of the snipers right above the tank and right at the edge of the top right big square. But that leaves me moderately confused. Oh, there's the other shock trooper. Okay, so there are 3 people in the middle left big square. And that's 2 shock troopers and 1 sniper. The sniper is right next to the spawn area. The 2 shock troopers are like about like 15, 16 steps away, I think. Like probably less than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 around there, like 10, 11. So they're like right at the edge of that big square, I'd say. Considering that you can spawn, like, right next to where the square begins and yours ends. Alright, so that's where everybody is. So you're, like, fully surrounded. But the most enemies are on the left, in the middle. And there's only 1 sniper up top. And the other sniper is right at the beginning of this area. Okay, so... Okay, I'm thinking of how to position these guys. And I'm thinking I'm going to put Pereira in this spot that has a wall covering and an X'd out shield covering right next to the shock trooper. Because, like, he can at least, like, stab him. So I'm going to put him there. I'm going to put Omar next to a wall spot that's, like, closest to the sniper on the left. And I'm actually going to move Natalia, like, closer to the sniper up top. Which means that she's not going to have as good cover as she could. But that's probably fine. Actually, I'm going to have her stay near Omar. Do I want to? No, I'm going to put her where I was planning on it. Okay, so everyone has half of their usual moves. So everyone can only move once. Can Natalia shoot the guy from here? She can. Ooh, 100% too. She can fully shoot past the tank to hit this sniper. So that's one of the snipers down. Just straight up. Okay. Ooh, from his position currently, he can't actually, like... Pereira cannot hit this guy, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna have him hunker down. Just because I know he's right next to a shock trooper and I don't want him to get, like, seriously hit. Omar also cannot do anything to anybody from where he is right now, which is unfortunate, but it's just, you know, the luck of the cards, I guess. Like, I didn't pick the best spawning positions, probably, but I'll have him hunker down, so he has a lot of cover, and he's hunkered down, so he's less likely to get hit because of the cover, and, like, he'll get hit, like, for less damage, at least. Which is good, so, yeah, end turn. Okay. Oof. Alright, 3 shield damage from the sniper to Pereira. And the shock troopers just moved, so no other damage from anybody else. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so Pereira, I want him to move over... oh god, what just happened? Fuck off. Oh my god. Sorry, my computer just did something weird. Okay, it's fine. Nothing happened. What? What is going on? Stop. Over here, I guess. Okay, the game is being a little bit strange. Okay, can we just stab this guy? It's not showing me the thing. What is going on? The hover indicator. Okay, it's back again. Was being weird. Okay, just take a risk and stab him. You know? It's fine. Okay, so... Man, the game is glitching out. I'm probably gonna have to dump the screen, like, right after this turn. Once we're done with this round, because, like, something is happening to my computer right now. Okay, so, I'm gonna move Omar. We can hit the shock trooper. And make him hit the wall. Okay, we're gonna do that. Sucker punch. Hit him. Nice. Alright, that got rid of one of the shock troopers, so one of them is down. One of the snipers is down from Natalia's shot from ages ago. I can move her closer to where everyone else is. I don't think she can double shot. Oh, she can. Okay, so... No, like, oh god. The damage indicator isn't there. This is really annoying. Jeez. No, what are you... Oh, god. That's so irritating. This is really annoying. Okay, we'll just double shot these two. Okay, that didn't take either of them out, but it did hit them a lot, so that's nice. Jeez, this is really annoying that the game is freaking out like this. Ow. Ow. Only did armor damage, that's fine. Okay. Pereira's just going to follow this guy and stab him again. Go for it. Thank. Oh, it is when you kill somebody. I think it's also just like every turn, maybe. Alright. So now, I'm gonna send Natalia further. Yeah, I'm gonna send Natalia over here. So she's moved up closer to the shock trooper, and I'm going to have her shoot him once. So he's down. And now I can just have Omar move forward, walk, right next to the sniper, who is like the only one left, and punch him? Yeah, that was enough. So, yeah, that's all of them taken care of. Alright, that's done. Back to the map. Okay, so since my computer's freaking out and now my indicator on the map is gone, we're just gonna collect the stuff from this place. So there's 4 objects that we can get. Ooh, worn hydraulic armor. So this is really good level 5 heavy armor. Okay, that's cool. A used shaving brush, which is just not used for anything. It's a common value artifact thing, and it's $10, so that's $10. A medium ammo box, so we got our lost 4 ammo that we just spent back, so we have full ammo again. And officer's leather gloves, which is $50, so that's nice. So that was mostly just like money and a bit of armor. So done with that zone. Okay. Man, we were getting closer to the end at least. Okay, well, whatever, it's fine. Does anyone want this armor? It doesn't get the vitality bonus though, which is unfortunate. Ugh. Like, it's much better than everyone except for Natalia's armor. Natalia's armor is like the best armor out of everybody's, but it's like better armor rating than both Omar and Pereira's ones, but I like them having the extra stuff. Like, even just Pereira's gives him 1 extra vitality, and I'd like for him to have that. So, like, if I got rid of it, his armor would go from being 100 to being 90. So I like him having 100 health. So I'm going to leave it as it is. It fully takes down like 10 health. So I'll leave him with what he's got, but if anyone else has heavy armor, I guess we can give it to them when we get back home. So I'll hold on to this one, I suppose. Although, I'll hold on to it. It's fine. Okay. So we're gonna go for now. Exit to the main menu. It's saved. It saves itself when you leave. There's like a little skull indicator on the bottom right that shows that it's saving. So the game is saved. We can hop back in right where we were by pressing continue on the screen, which is there now when we come back. So I'm gonna exit the game fully. It's being weird. My computer's freaking out. It's really hot. And we've been playing for like a couple of hours. So it's 7 o'clock. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, we've been playing for like 2.5 hours. So, you know. End of the stream time. We're going to the end screen now. Okay, so that was that for this stream. You know, I think that went fine. I am trying really hard to be better at, like, describing what's happening on screen now. Because it was, like, a very good point of that some people, you know, can't see what's happening on the screen, and a lot of people watch these things to, like, hear audio in the background of, like, what's going on. And, you know, like, some people aren't looking at the screen when stuff is going on, so you can't see what's happening, even if you, like, can see, I guess. So, it was a very good point that I should try to be more accommodating for people who cannot see what's happening visually with the game. So I'm trying, I know it takes longer to get through stuff when I do it like this, but I'm trying to describe what I see as we go through, just so that you actually get something more out of it by listening. I hope that helps. I hope I did a decent job. I'm trying my best. I don't know how well I'm doing. I don't know how much, like, necessary stuff I need to add in order for you to really get what's going on, but I hope that I'm doing an okay job of trying to describe what's happening. So, you know, I'll get better over time, I think, as we go forward. So, this was also just a lot of talking. So it's good for me. It's good practice to make sure that I get used to speaking a lot more. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, so I've done that. Stream is over. We made some progress on the next adventure. It's going to be long. It's got 3 whole maps, so it's going to take a hot second to get through all of it. But that's fine. It's fine. Like, I don't mind. I think this is also kind of fun. It makes it more enjoyable to give out the descriptions, because I'm kind of forced to talk about everything that's happening. So, I'm hoping this makes my commentary better as we're going through the games, and makes things more interesting. So, yeah, so we're not quite through the first section of this next area for this, like, new adventure, but that's fine. I'm excited for continuing on and seeing, like, any more event things and what's going to happen and getting through this game. So, exciting. Yeah, we're definitely going to increase the amount of time on stream that I spend here, though. Like, it has to happen, because if we really want to make progress, I need to be here for more than just, like, 2 or 3 hours. So tomorrow, 4-hour stream, I'm gonna be here on time, hopefully, like at 3, which is when I'm supposed to be here. So I'm gonna try and actually get here at 3, so that we can start then and have the full 4 hours all the way up to 7. Because I do just hard stop at 7 o'clock, I think, is what I'm gonna try and do. So yeah, so it's 7:02, so I'm gonna go. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play Pathway some more. On Friday, though, we're going to switch over to Pokemon, because I do want us to go in and play some Pokemon, make a bit more progress in there and everything. Plus, like, there's some stuff that I've been doing in the background, and I want to make more progress, so it's easier to make more progress in the background, so I can just quickly get through things. So we have more stuff. We'll be doing some story stuff in Pokemon when I come back on Friday, so we'll spend 4 hours going through some new areas, checking out some new things, doing some story stuff on that. But tomorrow, I will come back and we'll play Pathway some more, hopefully get through the rest, like, not hopefully, we will get through the rest of the first part of the map tomorrow, and we'll start getting through some stuff for the second part of the map. Hi, person who just joined. Sorry, it's 7 p.m. I end at 7. I'm gonna leave in a second. If you want to check out, like, the video that you missed, like, go check it out after I'm done. It's there. The broadcast is there. It's saved there, and the VOD for this will also be saved on my YouTube channel, Cerillen VODs. I need to put a thing that shows that, but you can check out my channel on YouTube for all of the stuff that I've done. Cerillen is just the straight up channel, and I'll put, like, edited videos there. I'm working on editing videos to put stuff on there. There's, like, 2 there right now, and a bunch of really old live streams. But I'm going to actually, like, start editing videos to put on there. There's only 2 there right now, but there will be more eventually. But, and if you want to see old VODs for, like, old broadcasts and everything, if you want to keep up with what's been happening in Pathway or whatever, like, or in Pokemon or any other games or that have been happening, then you can hop over to Cerillen VODs. It's literally just, like, the name Cerillen, Cerillen, and then space VODS capitalized. So you can go find those, or, like, just the Cerillen one is just my name and just that. So you can go find those if you want to go check out all that stuff. But, like, the previous broadcast, person who just popped in, if you want to just check out the previous broadcast, it is there. So sorry, I'm leaving now though. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to explain some other stuff. So hopefully my new way of trying to commentate on everything is going to be acceptable. I hope that it's decent. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can hear me properly and that the audio's decent. I'm trying so hard to talk loud enough that my microphone actually catches it, but I'm also worried I'm peaking the mic. So I'm a little bit concerned. I have to hear the audio myself later, but oh god, sorry. Yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. I can only do so much with the microphone that I have. My equipment is not the best. I'm sorry. But I'm trying my best. Anyways, I'm going to go. Because it's 7. And I've been here for 2.5 hours. So tomorrow I'll be here for 4. But, you know, I gotta go now. I have things to do. I gotta go do laundry. And chug an entire bottle of water and probably, like, chew on a Ludens. I need another lozenge. My throat hurts. I'm gonna go. Alright, I will see you later.